is really just understanding what your plans are as well for your album launch, how you sort of see that rolling out, how sort of, I guess it's pretty exciting. It's very exciting.
It's super exciting. I'm very excited. Yeah.
So, and also, I guess, what you've got planned to like double down on that so that you can sort of amplify the album launch and sort of basically keep that momentum going and sort of what that sort of looks like.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's I haven't done this type of thing before to this large of a scale. So, you know, I've got a manager and a booking agent who are, you know, we're the team.
Cool.
And we help each other, which is really beautiful to have this like such a supportive team. Vivian Abloh, my manager, we've worked out some dates in terms of when we're releasing stuff, blah, blah, blah. The first thing we're releasing is in 2 days, which is the first single. That's Peregrin. So the first single off the EP.
And that's the title, right?
Peregrin, Yep.
So that's the title track.
Yeah.
Dope.
Peregrine Falcon.
Yeah.
You know, so, and we just finished the video. Well, I'm going to get the video today to see what it, to finally see what it looks like, which is just so exciting.
I bet.
Yeah, and, so after that thing, you know, currently we're pushing it out to certain blogs, radio stations, to see who wants to, you know, take a bite and premiere it or just give it a spin on their station.
Okay.
We'll do the same thing for... I'm assuming now we're doing the same thing for the second single and then for the third single, and then I think that's when the EP is dropping.
Okay.
That's our initial plan.
Yeah, right. Okay, nice. All right. Well, so Ryan, I guess basically let's take a step back and maybe just give us a little bit of an intro.
Yep.
5 minute, couple of minute.
Yes.
Origin story, bro.
Cool. My origin story. So it started in Wakanda. And so you know, I'm Rhyan Clapham. I'm a Filipino and Aboriginal musician. I was born and raised in Wollongong. My mum's Filipino from the Bagakay mines in the Philippines, and my dad's Aboriginal, and his mob hails from Brewarrina, New South Wales, and Murray mob there. So, you know, that's kind of something that I like to bring out through my music. That's something, you know, identity is a big thing in terms of how I express myself through music and education as well, you know, whatever it is, racism, policy, just strengthening, empowering through music. That's like the biggest thing for me is, you know, through hip hop.
Yep.
I'm a drummer and a rapper, and I go back and forth between that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I play the drums, sometimes I rap, sometimes I play the drums and rap, which is what I call drap. And,
was it always hip hop though, or was there like...
No. So I started off playing piano.
Yeah.
At age 7, I got up to like 6th grade piano. And around that time, I moved into the drums and started playing jazz. In Wollongong.
So basically, to a degree, not classically trained, but you train, like you understand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd go...
The whole music side of it.
Yeah, I'd go so far as to say I was classically trained.
Right, okay.
Not jazz trained for the piano, but jazz trained for the drums. It's really
I get that.
Interesting. Yeah. So, which is good. Like, it kind of like, it serves, you know, who I am as a musician now. You know, I use that knowledge, like, how, you know... in my rap and in my jazz. I still play jazz. I'm also in a band called Jackie Brown Jr.
Right.
We're like funk indie rap.
Yeah.
We're releasing some stuff this year as well, so it's going to be a really exciting
year. Big year.
Yeah, seriously,
really
it's going to be the biggest year. Yeah, with that music and my music.
Yeah, totally.
We'll see how many gigs we can get.
Yeah, definitely. So, from Wollongong, when did you move up here? What's your vibe? Did you come up for study, that type of thing?
Yeah.
And you sort of stuck around?
Yeah, so I moved to Sydney in 2012, and so I've been living in Sydney for like 7th year now.
Yep.
So moving all around Sydney, Kensington, Alexandria. I'm in Redfern now, so just down the road. And I absolutely love it. And, Wollongong's not too far away from me here as well. So
Yeah, totally.
I go back and forth almost every week.
And how's your interaction in the Sydney hip hop scene? Are you embedded there? Like, what's the vibe?
I feel like I'm catching. I think I'm catching certain people's attention, which is, I'm really happy to say that, because it's nice to be able to get some recognition from someone that I have been trying to who I admire, and I've been trying to get their attention for years or whatever.
Yeah.
People are starting to notice some things, which is really great.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. That notion of you've been trying to get people's attention.
Yeah.
And you're getting a little bit of traction now. How are you going about getting people's attention? What's the process there?
Well, I'm playing my game, like I'm trying to make music that I think means something to me, and hopefully as a byproduct people see that, So it's not like I'm going out there like, what song could I make to get this person A's attention? It's just kind of like I keep playing the game and I keep getting the gigs that I'm getting and playing with the people I want to play with.
Okay.
And as a byproduct, in the process, hopefully there are people that might be there, for example.
Okay.
Because the community is supportive, the same folks come to the same gigs.
Totally.
If I get up in front of them, then that's it, So it's a byproduct.
And that's your 100% approach is the basically the byproduct of you doing your do.
I think so, yeah, because communities and worlds kind of, they intersect all the time. The reason that I was able to perform at Yarbin this year was because I've worked with Gadigal before, and for the previous year I was doing the youth stage with Monkey Monk.
Yeah, totally.
And so that's kind of my connection there.
Yeah.
It wasn't because I was playing all these gigs and then they said, hey, we'll get you on the thing.
Yeah.
I think it was because of my relationship with them as well as the music on top. So things kind of intersect. It's not necessarily like...
Okay.
Yeah, it's all kind of... I don't want to say coincidence, but definitely like relationships, byproduct. Oh, that's convenient. Ryan's here, or like his music's great. It all kind of connects and intersects.
Yeah, right. No, I get it. It's it's an organic approach.
Yeah,
I think. It's a
100%,
total organic 100%. Approach.
Yeah.
And I guess so. And this is part of the reason why I initially, when we started talking about doing this type of stuff, having chats to people, I sort of said to Liam, I'd like to have a chat to Ryan. Checking out your YouTube account. I've showed a few mates, that type of vibe. And I got that in straight away. I checked all your Instagram profiles, your YouTube, all that. And I'm like, I can see what you've been doing. You've been getting organic growth. It's
been fun.
And you've been collaborating and doing some of the stuff that you've done on YouTube is really quite interesting, where you're picking up, I guess, some cool topics or topics that are covered internationally, and then you're putting your flavour in there and contributing to, I guess, a global sort of contribution list. Yeah. Is that sort of... Yeah, it's been the focus, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not doing that I'm not doing that consciously.
Yeah.
I'm making, for example, the Queen's Speech remix, right, on Facebook. I saw her video, and Lady Leisha is like one of my favorite artists. I saw her live, and she's just like one of the most energetic people I've ever seen live. And I just wanted to make a cover of that song, and I wanted to for a while, and I just did. And the reason that it was so easy to do that is because of the internet. She's from the UK.
Totally.
And for me to be able to meet her, because I met up with her afterwards.
Awesome.
Ages. And we were just talking about hip-hop, and hip hop kind of brings people together. The internet brings us together closer.
And did you catch up in person, or was it?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I waited around. I was like, yeah.
And was the talking point the fact that, or that common connection was the fact that you'd done a track, you covered it, and she'd seen it, or anything along those lines, or?
Essentially.
Yeah,
I was like, hey, listen, I made a remix of your song. You want to check it out? And I showed her on my phone, and then she shared it as well, which is great. Yeah, so... Yeah.
I really like that, okay? The reason being, and it goes... I'm trying, I guess where I've been sort of trying to understand is you've gone around this organic growth, and then you just said it yourself. You use the internet to do this, basically connect with this person who's on the other side of the world, who has a much bigger audience.
Yeah.
And I guess you've got this understanding already, you know, so that's part of why I wanted to catch up and have this discussion and sort of talk about how do you leverage the internet / attention to help you progress your career, get in front of the right people, connect with the right people, and can, I guess, amplify the organic growth that you're already getting.
You know, it's really funny. I've been thinking about, because in the hip-hop community, right, I'm not saying everyone does this, but a lot of members will tag like 96 people in a post, which is frustrating. Oh my, like, it's fine. Like, if they do it once in a while, I'll watch it and I'll love it and I'll share it and whatever. I know a few people that do it like on a weekly basis. I think a large part of how people will support you is making them think that they came up with the idea first. You know what I mean? Because if you don't share as much, if you kind of post every now and then, someone will be like, man, this guy needs to post more. I'm going to message him. Hey, you need to post more. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to share you. So you kind of, there's a way of making people help you and support you by, one, not being, I guess, trying to grab their attention constantly, but also being humble about it. I think there's a humble aspect to it, and also making them feel like, you know, it's a welcome feeling to help out. It's not like something like, you need to help me out, you know, give this a share, sending messages, you know, share this, share that. Most of the time, for me personally, not that I hate that, but it kind of deters me. It discourages me from doing it, because like, I think there's some sort of human psychology there. It's kind of like, well,
there's no value in it for you.
There's no value in it if someone's asking you to do it.
But they're not asking. They're not asking, what can I do for you, or how can I help you? They're saying, hey, can you help me? But I haven't given you anything or a reason to help you. And I think that's the fundamental issue with going out and asking for likes and for shares and all that sort of stuff. It's because you're not providing any value. I think the value that you straight up provide is entertainment.
I try not to post as much nowadays, you know. When it comes to my music and stuff, I will, but even then I won't. I hopefully won't ask people to help me out. I want to give this and see where it goes. Use my organic relationships with people and kind of just trust people, you know. I think that's helped me. I don't know. My thinking doesn't go as far as much further than that. I just think
I like it as a philosophy.
But
sorry, there's no but about that. What I was trying to say was, it's a philosophy that's built around people. And having a little bit of empathy for your end user. Like, you don't want to bombard people.
I don't
because
want to
bombard people.
Because there's so much stuff online now.
Totally.
Like, it's just like, it's not worth.
But the quality,
adding to that space.
The quality is where it's at, and people your audience will be attracted to good quality stuff. So it's about,
I think that's what it is.
Putting out good quality stuff.
Quality over quantity.
Is entertaining, because that's the value you're providing. And the messaging that you're putting within your music and within your content is the other thing that people then actually, that resonates with people.
Trusting people. Having something out there, if people want to share it, they share it. That's, quality over quantity.
Totally. So with that approach, I guess, in your mind, how would you go about, or how have you thought about going about growing your audience?
Kind of through gigs, I think, mainly. I think people would love to see an incline and an upward trajectory. So for me, I like to think that whatever I'm kind of sharing with people, whatever I'm doing, is on a plan, and people will see that and appreciate it. You know, this year has been really great in order to, like, because I can see that are things that are on an upward trajectory.
Yep.
So I'm keeping this like through line and keeping this consistency.
Totally.
Because people are watching. People are always watching. Like,
Totally.
no matter who it is, like, not me, whatever. So the more people notice an upward trajectory, the more people feel like they need to catch on to the story. So they're like, oh, wait, like, so-and-so's, like, he was doing this, so now he's doing this. I'm going to tag my friend in or share it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, as it grows.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you've got these tracks in your EP.
Yep.
Have you taken the opportunity to talk to people about how the tracks were created, why they're created, what the message is, what is the story that's behind the track, and used your social channel, where it might be, say, an Instagram story.
Yep.
So it's only up for 24 hours, and maybe you want to save it and put it in your profile.
Yeah.
If it's cool, if you're happy with it.
Yeah.
But it's giving people that insight.
Yep.
So there's that personal relationship thing going on, and then you've got the music.
Yeah. No, that's great. I'm glad that you mentioned that because, like, because everything is unreleased so far, I've only talked to, like, my close circle of friends about what the EP means, what the songs mean.
Yeah.
When it does come out, when Peregrin comes out, I aim to talk a lot more about the story of that and kind of open up in interviews and stories, like Insta stories and whatever, and actually kind of setting up my own interviews to be able to talk about it.
Totally.
I think that's so important to be able to, like, share the story because people, you're right, like, people can relate to the story.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And I think you see it you see it just all through social, right?
Yeah.
It's now gone from a super polished, finished product that's basically an advertisement to, clips that are pretty raw.
Yeah.
Things that are going out, people are just talking from the heart.
Yeah.
Musicians putting out unfinished stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to get a feel and see if the audience likes it. I think I get the vibe. So, done a lot of work with creatives over the last decade.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a vibe where creatives don't like to put something out
Unless it's like polished.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in this day and age, I've got to ask, is that going to resonate with your audience, or is the audience actually there and engaging with you as a creative because they really want to feel more? Do you know what I mean? They want to know more than just the final product. They want to understand the process. They want to know why there's the story, all those types of things.
Yeah.
That, I don't know, I think we're kind of in a period where you've got your phone with you 24/7.
Yep.
You can, like, pop it up and be I'm like literally working on this new beat.
That's it.
He's like 2 lines.
Yep.
Done.
That's it.
It's only there for 24 hours. Who cares?
Yeah. No, that's exactly right. Like, rehearsals, screw ups, all on the story, I think, are really, really great ways of relating to your audience.
People want to see it.
This EP even has a lot of mistakes that I want to keep in.
Yep.
A lot of things, some people have said, like in terms of whatever it is, like the beat, maybe there's like an accident in the beat or something goes wrong with the ad libs or the scratching.
Yeah.
It's my room for growth,
Totally.
Like, I want to put it out there. Also, I've been waiting for ages, like, I just want it out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think it's human to be able to have those things.
Definitely. So you just touched on something there about you've been waiting for ages to put this out.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm new to this game.
Yep.
And from advice of many,
yeah,
if it be the tunes, if it be the time of release,
totally.
like we were gonna release in like November.
Yep.
But like by that point, all stations are shutting down.
Totally.
Blogs on people are going on holidays. You know, so that makes sense. So we waited.
Yep.
And then there's other things like the album cover. We had to kind of like. And I think this is true. At the time, I was looking to just get it out there, but I think it was good that we waited in order to like. I think I needed to hear feedback that was important for how I present myself.
Okay.
And so I accepted that.
Yeah.
So it meant waiting more, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like a time thing. But we're so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the...
Do you think once you've dropped this EP, I guess...
Yep.
Are you going to follow it up quickly with new tracks and sort of keep the momentum high?
Yeah, so I want to. I was saying before, like Viv and I were talking about dates of release.
Yeah.
We need to finalize that in terms of how long exactly after the second one.
Yeah.
But I think the plan is to kind of spread it out a bit so that there is time to breathe. I am going to Brie as well. I'm going to Brewarrina mid-March as well. Cool. So we're kind of like working around that trip because it'll be for a month there. Okay. So it's careful planning. You know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
I get it. I totally get it. But you're also online and connected.
It's
you're
true.
right the whole time you're away.
Very true. I mean, I won't have reception, but like, you know, other people on the team will. So
totally.
It can totally work. It just depends. We just need to talk about it, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So I know you've got a couple of questions, I guess, for us or for NGNY or for me or whatever. But you may as well shoot.
Yeah, man. So you were talking about you've worked with people in the arts for the last decade. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to know, like, I guess just in its rawest form, like what ways did you help them out and kind of represent them through NGNY? How did you serve, offer your service?
Yeah.
And what was the effect? Like, what did you
find?
Yeah,
totally. I guess to clarify, so not even a lot of what I've done over the last decade has been sort of in that sort of street culture scene in Sydney. Sort of, before NGNY, I had a retail business, which was basically the skate and graffiti store. So we were heavily tied into, everything that was going on, skateboarding, graffiti, street art, hip hop, that whole sort of cultural scene.
Dope. Yeah.
So we had that vibe going on. That was sort of from 2009. And, previous to that, sort of in that action sports industry. And sort of came through by doing these art exhibitions, right? We put together this charity art exhibition series where we'd invite like a whole bunch of artists, and because I was working at a snowboard, skateboard retailer, had access to all the brands, so literally got on the phone and was like, hey, do you want to send us some snapped or not old, but like some broken snowboards?
Cool.
We had a pile of skateboards.
Yeah. And
basically distributed those to artists.
Right.
And they did what they did on them. This is back in 2007, 2008.
Like graffiti artists, you mean?
Yeah, well, everybody. Yeah. And I think the 2008 show was pretty mega. We did it at MTV Galleries down in East Sydney there. We had I don't know. This is back when social media or Facebook in particular, you'd put an event up and say 1,000 people would say they were going to rock up.
Yeah.
And 2,000 people would rock up.
Oh,
So we had this show. We had 2008. I think we had 55 artists.
Yeah, right.
From in that sort of street art graffiti sort of scene. So we had people from the Ben Frosts, the Beastmans, the Numbskulls. Freaking
that's dope.
All these, guys, or people, I should say, they contributed. We had this huge show.
Yep.
And it sort of just snowballed from there. And off the back of that, I guess at that sort of period in time, myself and a couple of mates, we sort of started to really recognise that, there was starting to become this crossover of culture where, sort of street culture, graffiti, design and creative had always been a part of action sports, in particular, with the decks and all that sort of stuff. So you had lots of famous collabs that had already happened. Through that period in sort of those early 2000s, it really sort of started to really cross over, and there was a lot of movement going on there.
Yeah.
So we sort of leveraged that, and that's how we sort of established Westside, and went with that. And,
that's mad.
We were pretty lucky. We had a spot. We started out in Dulwich Hill.
Yeah.
and had a spot that had like legal walls. We'd put on like big events where, you know, we'd have crews of graffiti artists painting the wall, artists dropping by, you know, I don't know, like there was one particular one, dude from Tom Thumb. The beatboxer dude.
Yeah.
He rocked up. He was in Sydney randomly doing some stuff at the Sydney Opera House.
Crazy.
We got
that must have been
I
Ratchet.
think so. Yeah. It was like 2009 or 2010.
Something like that.
Yeah. And just had like this big jam.
Yeah.
It was dope. So he rocked up. You know, LC Beats. He and LC Beats. And I think we had Ism, Tarek from Bliss and Esso. He was DJing as well. So yeah, it was just like this big cultural mash. So you had like skateboarders and graffiti artists and musos, and you know, and we were pretty lucky in the sense that, like in 2008, the artists who played at our art show were Fundamentals.
Yeah, they're dope. They're so dope.
But that was like 2008 when they were just like, they just moved down from the mountains and they were just, you know.
Yeah, the first album came out or something.
Totally.
Yeah. You know? Crazy.
So we sort of were riding the cusp of that and a lot of that interaction. So we had a lot of opportunity to do, you know, from big brand collabs right down to just, you know, working with different artists. We had an actual studio where people would come and stay and do work, that type of vibe. So, you know, it was a pretty rad time.
Yep.
But I guess all through that period, one of the big things that really helped us leverage attention, because at the end of the day, that was really what it was about, was our social channels.
Yep.
And just putting out content through our social channels, from video content through to, you know, utilizing Instagram.
Yep.
I was going through our Instagram account the other day and it was 2012 was the first post.
Yeah.
Which is relatively early on in that. I don't think it had been bought by Facebook yet. Maybe it had. But yeah, so that's sort of where, you know, I realised the other day I've sort of been working on social network platforms since about 2007. So
yeah, crazy. You know,
a decade or more just using the platforms, understanding how we do it, how you generate audience, how you connect with your audience. And it's changed dramatically because now obviously there's so many platforms out there. And I guess the biggest thing for people like yourself is going where the attention's at.
Yep.
You know, and I think in Sydney or in Australia right now, Instagram is where attention's at.
Yep.
That's where you really getting great rewards.
Yep.
But the really awesome thing is that you can direct message anybody and connect with them right there within your profile. They can see your shit and like you can connect. So it's a really unique, I think it's a really unique period in time where where people like yourself who are on the come up have a really great opportunity to not have to spend shit tons of money on traditional marketing and media channels, and you can literally get on these channels and really get your attention up and start to distribute the content you're producing and telling your story and engaging with people right there on your phone at, you know, basically at the cost of your time. So I guess from that sort of perspective, that's sort of part of the reason why I sort of seeing what you're doing. That's why I want to understand, like, what is it that you want to achieve out of it, and how do you think, I guess, somebody like us, we might even be able to just give you some advice and you can go away and just start chipping away at it. And, you know, growing your audience, but maybe changing up just a few of the different mindset or ways that you are producing content. Yeah,
for sure. I think, I use Instagram a lot more than I did, even late last year. You know, it's been something that I'm trying to grow a bit more because I've got 3.6 thousand likes on Facebook. Thank you. Okay, so I was out the side of Oxford Art Factory. We did like a little gig there.
Yeah.
Right, on the side stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm outside, and you know, we're we were having a good time, and these folks there, they were like just people that came to the show or something. They didn't see me. They were like freestyling, and I came in and joined them.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh man, that's sick. That was really cool. Do it again." Blah blah blah. And then like one of the chicks, she checked my Instagram. She's like to see how many followers I had, and she goes, "Oh, he's got," and then went, "Oh," because I didn't know that many. It's like, I think I had like maybe 800 followers, and she was so disappointed.
Really?
And it's funny because I guess in her eyes or their eyes, maybe it was like what the stuff that I was saying, the stuff that I was spitting at the time, maybe that meant that sounded like some sort of, I don't know, whatever, 7,000 follower sort of material.
Right.
Or like, I don't know, whatever. But the point is, she was like, "Damn it, 800 followers, who the hell is this?" Like, so now I've got this thing in my head where I'm like, I need more Instagram followers.
Dude, 100%. And it's not even a joke.
I don't want to disappoint people anymore.
Well, it's not even, I mean, there's that.
Yeah.
But like, seriously, if you're not growing your Instagram following, and if you're not actually there contributing and actively engaging with people, you aren't going to get what you deserve, really.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a big element of truth to that. Yeah, for sure. You know.
So another little strategy is to help grow your following straight off the bat. Is you chilling out tonight, flicking through, start looking through what other like conversations people might be having within Instagram.
Yeah.
Or if you like a post, don't just like a post. Don't put down a comment of like, "That's dope." Like, contribute. Ask a question. Put something out there. Start posing those types of, not posing questions, but start putting together some contribution. Okay? You're in the scene. Be in the scene. Don't just, you know what I mean? Like, be in the scene. Be in the scene on there. This is where everybody is. If you want that attention, people will start to notice you and your account by just putting down comments, talking about the industry, that type of thing. So it's been working really well for us, I have to say. Recently what we've been doing is we've been going through and we've been finding like solid hashtags. We've been following hashtags. Then having a look through the people who are actually contributing and using those hashtags, and people with larger followings have then been going through and looking through where they've put something up and there might be a conversation going on, and then contributing to the conversation around the topic that hashtag might be. Okay, so for instance, entrepreneur, I think is an easy one for a business, and you're an entrepreneur, you're out there, you're trying to graft a future out of what you're doing through your music, through your through your skill set. So we literally hashtag entrepreneur, started seeing that come up in our feed, and we see like this cool post, click through, have a look through who's contributing, and literally started putting up a few comments. Just interacting with people, asking out questions like, how did you get to this, or whatever it might be. If they're an artist and they're painting, one question I've asked recently is around their technique. What is like that type of thing? I mean, you're a muso, so you could ask really quite in-depth questions without sounding too off it, and get some really good interaction. So the person whose account you're writing on, they'll reply, or they might not reply. But the other great thing is that other people might see that and then click through, and then that's where I've noticed between 2 and 3 followers off the back of people who are
just being more active in the scene.
Totally being more active,
for sure.
Totally
I think that's totally what it is, because if I had to compare like my social media life and my like real world life out in in a room, I'll be active there, but I won't be as active, as I would be on social media.
Yeah, totally.
I don't, like I said, I don't post as much. I try and stay you know, I react to a lot of things on Facebook. I love a lot of things on Instagram.
Yeah.
I will comment on stories a lot, but not necessarily anything that's like too engaging. Something that means something for me, but not necessarily for them. Yeah. So maybe it's I
and
hear
you're
you.
also in a position where you're releasing something.
Yeah.
I know that you do a lot of work locally. You know, with IDX next door, and you know you're involved in the community. You don't have to just be connecting around music. You're involved in a lot of things. So connecting through your day-to-day life,
for sure,
is putting your voice out there, because really all of that goes towards what you say and how you put out your music. It's all part. It's you. You're basically, as a musician, you're bearing your soul. So everything you do sort of contributes to that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that would be something that I would straight up suggest.
Yeah.
Is starting to contribute to the community around you.
Yeah, for real.
And not necessarily just being a liker, but being, you know, someone who can add quality and add, just add something to the conversation.
Yeah.
You know, from your perspective.
Sure.
The other one is back on the hashtag thing.
Yeah.
Do say pick a couple of hashtags that you think fit for you, and then go and see them and look at who are the top, you know, 10 to 20 people who are contributing to that hashtag, and go in and have a look at those people and see if you can connect with them. Maybe there might be something there that you could offer them, whatever it might be. I mean, you're a drummer, you play the piano, you're a musician, you write music, you do all that type of stuff. There's so many opportunities to collaborate with people.
Yep.
Because your time is doing that sort of stuff.
Yeah, totally.
You know, maybe there doesn't have to be an exchange of money or anything along those lines. It might be, hey, I'll provide you with this nice little soundbite intro or something along those lines.
Yeah.
That you could give somebody for free.
Yeah, for real.
That's just a nice value add, and there could be some type of exchange there, you know what I mean? So all those, I think, thinking about what value you can provide other people is going to be a really important place for you to start thinking about.
Yep, definitely.
Because at the end of the day, people are going to come through your channels for value, the entertainment, but also you as a person. You know, and how that starts to be perceived out there through your social channels.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's something that I must have been like quite insecure is not the word, but like
it's a confidence thing, man.
Definitely a confidence thing, but it's also like is this for me sort of thing.
Yeah, totally.
Like the social media thing.
It's kind of
the whole social media thing.
That's kind of like saying, "Is TV for me?"
Yeah. Well, but here's the thing.
For me?
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Yeah, but like you grow up watching the TV, and then there's a certain time when you're like, "All right, now I'm watching me being on the TV." Like there's a switch around. I don't know.
That's where we are now, man. Like
well,
there's a whole generation of your audience. Who are totally native on that.
Yep.
And they want to only consume content through their phone.
Well, this is it. This is the thing, you know, it's absolutely the thing. I have a lot of friends who are, like, I would say they're very successful on Instagram, and they'd walk down the street and, like, tell a story.
Yeah.
You know, just them and their fans, or, like, go live a lot and be able to talk to them. I'm waiting for that bit, because, a 200 follower account can't do that.
Why not? They totally can. No way. They totally can.
Alright, yeah, they can.
But you know why? Because only 200 people might see it.
Yeah.
But if you keep doing that, you're going to get more confidence. You're going to refine how you do it. You're going to get better.
I like that.
And your audience is getting bigger.
Yeah.
And when you've got that piece of content that just pops off, and you get a huge influx of followers, you're not cooking it. Yeah, because you've practiced. It's like going and playing a gig, man.
Yeah, for real.
You're not going to rehearsal once before the show.
Yeah.
You're rehearsing so that when you get to multiple times, so when you get there, it's the same with this. It's like you've got to look at it, in my opinion, from that
I agree.
perspective.
Yeah,
like,
I hear you, man.
Start producing.
I hear you. And
it's gonna suck.
Yeah, but like, no, I totally hear you. There's this rapper I know, he's a funny dude. He started an Instagram account, right? Like a new Instagram account. And like this dude, I won't say his name, but like you'll probably know who he is. He's like the best rapper in Nepal. like, I didn't believe him. He's legit. Like,
Right.
he's the dude. Because he rapped for me, and I'm like, oh, you're sick. But, like, he is, like, a social media king. Like, he's an expert.
Yeah.
He picked me up in an Uber. Like, we were going to do a video in Bondi or whatever. Yeah. He, like, was already live. He, like, got me in the car, like, freestyle! I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, alright. And we did that. Like, he kept videoing, like, non-stop. Everything. His food, every conversation, meeting the Uber driver, meeting a stranger walking by.
You know what that is?
He went from, like, 100, well, like, no followers.
Yeah.
To, like,
'Cause he's from Nepal.
32,000 followers in, like, 3 weeks.
Dude,
you know what I mean? Like something crazy or something.
But that's you're already seeing it.
Yeah.
And you're seeing it and going, I don't know if this is for me.
Yeah.
That is where we are.
True.
You're a media house.
True. I love that.
And you've got talent.
Yeah.
So it makes it easier.
Yeah. But I will say though, that fella is on the other side of the extreme. Like he's he's a lovely guy, but like, you know, a bit on the obnoxious side. So like there's obviously there's like enough and then there's too much.
Yeah,
I feel
totally.
like but that's not anything to do with social media.
No,
That's
but
like
he's
a
being
personality
him,
thing.
right? And that he comes through like that because that is who he is, right? How you would come through
I guess
is
you're right.
totally up to you.
Totally.
It's how you present yourself, and that then will resonate with the audience, and your audience will shape itself because of what you're putting out and how you're putting it out. You don't have to be out there on that side. What's that piano dude?
Stevie Wonder?
No. He's like, I forget his name, but he like pops up every now and then, like quite regularly as a live
Sydney
feed.
Sider?
No, he's like this American dude. He's just ridiculous.
Jacob Collier?
His room, he's usually got like 4 or 5 Casios at different sizes and stuff, and he'll just put a beat on, and he'll like, I'll find him anyway.
White dude?
No, black dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Robert Glasper? No?
Can't recall. Anyway,
Yeah.
I started watching it, and I'm like, he kind of comes up across a little, maybe slightly autistic, but maybe that's just, it's not at all. And it's not necessarily super clean the whole time or anything,
right.
But it's so him. He's quirky.
Yeah.
He wears quirky clothes.
Yeah.
It's shot in his bedroom.
True.
Sometimes his bed's not made. Like, just, you know.
But that's him.
That's him.
I like that.
And I think that's. You've got to build your confidence to starting. It's not about like coming out with a super polished thing. You've just got to start, have a go, keep going. You just get better.
Yeah.
And it's gonna, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I hear you. I think there's definitely something to you know, being more active, and like that's what I want to do, you know. But I think for me, you know, and this is probably happening now. I'm waiting for the chance to be able to feel comfortable enough to do it, and like to have reason and credibility to do it. Do you know what I mean? Now that I've got this EP out, you're right. Like that's time to do it.
That's your reason,
right?
Like, bam.
Before it was like, well, I mean, why the hell would I go live? I've got nothing to show.
Do you need to go live though, straight off?
Oh, whatever. You know.
I think you just like
posts and stuff.
You know, few posts, pre-recorded, get comfortable that sort of way.
Yeah.
And then, you know, start building it out like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was one of the big things that sort of attracted me straight away was there's already content there and it's good quality content. You know, you've got, I don't know, like a dozen or more YouTube, heaps more, right?
What, YouTube what?
Posts? Content? Pieces of content?
All the videos on YouTube are on my Facebook page.
Yeah, okay.
I would consider Facebook more successful than YouTube right now.
YouTube.
But so I'd probably be working on building YouTube and Instagram.
Yeah.
So sort of.
Well, I was looking at if you already got like a bit of a following on Facebook already, I would be doubling down on that. I'd be looking at how Facebook Live might be, and just the other tools within Facebook.
Yep.
The other thing is, and have a chat to your manager about this, but I highly, highly recommend Facebook advertising. It's
sponsoring in that.
It's ridiculous
Yeah,
in terms of what it costs right now. We're at an all-time low for the reach that you're getting. once we start seeing bigger brands
it's
starting to really
reach.
move their money there,
Yeah.
it's not gonna remain this cheap.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, we're looking at, you know, say on some of the stuff, like say we put something live yesterday for $5 a day, you know, we're seeing 100 to 200 views.
Yeah.
What's that work out? That's like a few cents a view. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. I use sponsoring a lot.
Yeah, and I think that's
for the Dobby stuff.
Great. So, and I think having a look at how you your audiences, segment your audiences out, maybe produce some content that's specific to an audience that might resonate more so, and really start to look at how you can drop content to specific areas. Like, you know, don't forget the WA and the South Australia sort of audience. You know, I think we get pretty locked down into the East Coast scene. The great thing with the with Facebook, they own Instagram, so you're able to double down and like have content distribute across from Facebook and Instagram.
Totally.
The only thing I would say about that, from what I'm noticing, is be really clear that you've shaped your post or shaped your content in terms of the titles and all that sort of stuff to look good on Instagram if you're doing a double post. Otherwise, just separate them and just do, right, I'm going to put this content out through Instagram, I'm going to put this content out through Facebook, and I have very different pieces of content written around them.
So that's what I'm doing now, actually. Like, if I get two videos, like two really good clips of footage from a gig, I'll put one on Instagram and the other one on Facebook. One time I did swap them around like a week later. Which was also, I felt like that was quite fun, actually. And like those types of things.
It's great, just, you know, work out your timings and stuff like that, and maybe even set yourself up a little schedule so that you know that you're dropping a new piece of content like every couple of days. I think that in particular around your Facebook and social accounts, but getting your voice, your actual voice in there, talking, contributing to conversations, asking people questions about how they're producing, how the challenges maybe that they're facing, or you know, those really awesome times that they're having with their music would be really ideal. The last piece is, don't be scared of direct message on Instagram. If you want to work with someone, you'd love to work out what you can offer them and make them a value proposition. And reach out to them. If at the end of the day, all they're going to say is no. At the very minimum. You know, they might say no. In 12 months' time, that might all come back around. And they might say, yeah, dude, your shit's popping off, I'm down.
That's for real. No, that's definitely so true.
It's
I got to be able to take advantage of that, of being able to connect with people through this thing.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a big deal in my opinion. Like just being able to grow, even if people don't respond, it doesn't matter. Like for you, I would suggest like over the next week, reach out to 100 people. If you get 1%, that's that. You know, one person. Brilliant. If you get more than that, even better.
That's true.
You know, and just maybe set yourself a few little goals like that to make that sort of connection and work on that.
I was also thinking, as you were saying that as well, you know, my Instagram account's good and it's, you know, it's got some traction somewhat, but there's not as many photos of me on it. That's what I do. I take it most of the time, so it's usually other stuff.
You got to get yourself in there.
So more. That's what I was thinking.
Like not to the, you know, what's that pouty lip selfie scenario? But dude, you're in the studio with other people. You know, you're out there doing your thing in the street, like whatever it might be. There's some great content creation opportunities for you. And they don't, like I said, they don't have to be polished.
Absolutely.
You know, it could just be like a rad little video that's 10 seconds in the studio, putting down a beat, and everyone vibing to it. And bam, put that up on your story, whatever it might be. People want to see that shit because it's real.
Yeah, no, I like that a
Yeah.
lot. I need to do that.
It's
I
real.
think that's important, especially like as promotion goes. I need to be more active.
Yeah.
For real.
And now's a really key time. Like, you've got to be looking at how you grow your attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep using the word attention because that's what it is, right? You're trying to grow. Around the traps, we call it attention arbitrage. Your long-term value is going to be based, as an artist, is going to be based around the audience that you can reach. In terms of long-term, yes, you'll produce music and you'll create, you'll do all that sort of stuff. But there's going to come a jump-off point where you're actually going to be able to utilize your audience attention to earn cream or earn at a bigger rate.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic because music's your craft, that's your profession. You got to work out how that can be your primary breadwinner. And that's utilizing these platforms is a really important place to start building that opportunity.
Yeah.
So that in 12, 24 months time, when you've got a collective audience that's quite large, not only can you drop a track and it gets suitable downloads and does all that type of stuff, you can book bigger events, bigger gigs.
Yep.
You can look at how you're leveraging, that opportunity, how you're collaborating with potential other artists or brands or whatever it might be. Because that I don't know if that is your long-term goal, but that's it's your profession.
Yeah.
How are you going to turn that up and grow your career through what you do?
It's good to be able to hear that actually, because it's in line with, shaping my career and my image, but it's also like that's helping me. Because how there's a lot of negative stuff on social media right now, like all the time, everywhere.
Totally.
And usually my reaction to that is like I just try and I say to myself like I don't want to be a part of the contribution to that, and I want to spread more positivity.
Yeah.
But at the same time I don't really do that.
No, right.
I'm not.
There's an opportunity.
I'm not sharing as much as I'd like to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the negative stuff and all that, that's not because of social media. That's people.
Yeah.
Social media is just a
true.
platform, and that's what we use these days, right?
Yeah. That's right. I'm not blaming social media.
No, I guess what I'm saying is these platforms and these sort of uses they're there for your opportunity. And you can grow that audience attention, and it's the negativity and all that is going to be there regardless. It's just how you navigate it and what message you put out.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's very true.
I think from what I'm seeing, and with a great year that you've got planned out already, there's a huge opportunity to increase your audience.
Yep.
Produce really good content.
Yep.
Contribute to other people's content and their audiences. That's a really key one. Collaboration doesn't just have to happen on the mic. It can happen in just your conversation and your social, whatever it might be. Sending people good vibes, man. It all comes back around. So yeah, I guess I
got to do that this year. This is like the year to do it. If there's any year to do it, it's got to be this year.
So,
yeah, for
sure. All right, man. Well, look, I think that's sort of
it's dope, man.
Couple of things that we want to cover, and I think we've covered had a bit of a wander around.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's good to be able to talk to you about it.
I've never been right now.